up, everybody? It's your boy Emerg 1, representing Pilsen from Southside Chicago, La Calle 18. You're not tuned in with Chicago Street TV.
When the sun out, man, I still see rain. I'm trying to make it out the struggle, homie, but I can't. If you know where I'm coming from, then you'll feel my pain. Like keep shooting, all you hear is bang, bang.
I grew up on Southside Chicago in a neighborhood called Pilsen. For those who don't know, it's off Halsted all the way to Western. It's a small little neighborhood where you see gangs, you see poverty, you see bums, you see crackheads, people dying all the time, people getting shot all the time, cops all the time. Shit, I mean, it's a beautiful neighborhood to come up out of. It's getting better, but it was worse before. But I'm happy that I'm from Pilsen and shit, you know. Got the tattoo right here. I came up with my rap name. It's a funny story actually. Fucking I used to do graffiti back in the day. I used to be in this crew called MNC. Back then I used to tag WACK, W-A-C-K. And then I transitioned into UREK, U-R-E-K. And I got into this tagging crew called NMU-DTC. And well, I wanted to change my name, right? So one day I went tagging with one of my guys, Enig, and my homie Eli. By the way, for my dude Enig, man, he's doing time right now. Back to this, we're walking to the spot to do the graffiti on with some rolling paint and shit. And then my guy tells me, man, I told him, matter of fact, I'm looking for a name and shit. I don't want to tag UREK no more. And he's like, well, we're walking to the spot with our book bags on, with the rolling paint and shit. And then my boy Eli and my boy Enig got like, throwing names out there, blah, 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 this and that, this and that. And then somebody throws out emergency or some shit like that. And I'm like, what? It's Emerg. I'm like, man, that's a badass name. So I started tagging Emerg 1, you know? And then that same day, I kid you not, we went and they rolled in paint and shit on big ass Emerg. Like, and it was dope and shit. And since then, I mean, I've been rocking the name Emerg, so it transitioned from graffiti to rap and shit. Okay. What inspired me is basically growing up in the neighborhood and shit, trying to make something off yourself. Rather you're gonna be a gang banger, you're gonna do something good, go to school or get locked up. And I chose something different, you know. One of my homies, the one matter of fact that put me on. Funny story, we started rapping on a computer and shit. And when I went up there one day and told him to jump out, and I said, I didn't know what I was doing. And sure enough, I started freestyling, ooh, this and that. And it came good together and shit. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't keep consistent with it. But get back to the thing, what inspired me is basically things going on around me, you know. And then there was nobody at that time from my particular side of the hood that was doing it at that time, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I took advantage and went full throttle on it. Growing up, I listened to basically what my older brother and my older sister were listening to because they're the older ones. They were probably in high school, I was in fucking 5th grade or whatever, you know, so 3rd, 4th, so I listened to what they were listening to, you know what I'm saying? So probably like Lil Wayne, when he first came out and shit, Juvenile, believe it or not. But me personally, the one that I grew up on listening to shit like early 2000s, probably Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, the early 50s, but Eminem's all-time favorite right there.
I realized you didn't mention any Latin hip-hop artists. Why do you think there really isn't many Latin rappers on the radio?
That's a good question. I mean, if it comes to that, I mean, I listen to SPM, you know? Who doesn't from this side? He's like one of us, you know what I'm saying? He speaks what's really going on and what's he going through, drug dealing, shootings and all that. I'm like, people in the radio don't want to hear that, and I think a lot of Hispanics, that's all they got to offer, as sad as it sounds, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what my music is. I rap about what's going on my side or in Chicago in general. And like nowadays, I mean, I can't go out there and get off my comfort zone, I want to say, and make a song to try to get on the radio, because I'm not being myself, you know. I gotta make something that's coming up from my heart and shit. And I mean, I guess that's what a lot of Hispanics do, and then that's why they don't get played. I mean,
from the Hispanic rappers that are well known, such as like SPM, Lil Rob, Mr. Criminal, Chingo Bling, Lucky Luciano, and they're all from Texas and California. Why isn't there any from Chicago? And that's that we have a high population.
See, I mean, because the majority over there, that's what they like. You come to Chicago and everybody just wants to turn up and be in the club talking about I pop mollies, I know a lot of this and that, you know what I'm saying? Over there, I mean, it's hot over there. Over here, it's hard to get played in the club, shit like that. I mean, nobody wants to talk about, man, I was in my house and tell a story. They don't want to hear that shit. To be honest, on this side, there's only a certain amount that really like that type of music, you know what I'm saying? That's what's rare about Chicago. And then to get back to that question, I mean, there's a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Hispanic people out of Texas, and majority is Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Over here, it's more mixed, more with the blacks and the whites, and then the Mexicans come in and try to make the music and shit. Like, I mean, it's hard to get that type of recognition out here, you know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, it's all about, not even about lyrics no more, it's about a dope beat and a shitty hook, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people like that, and I mean, that's what it is.
Do you think it's hard for a Mexican rapper in Chicago to come up because of the gangs here in Chicago? If someone is
shit, yeah, I mean,
if someone's like a Saint or also 2-6 or something like that, they're automatically hated by someone, even though the guy has talent.
Yeah,
people always hate on him no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, cause I got relatives that are a gang, you know what I'm saying, and then they see me rapping and they say, oh, he's a pussy ass, etc., saying I'm that just because I'm from that side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh, he's a Rasta, or he's an apple, just because you live on a certain type of. So yeah, it is hard. I got a lot of part to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that has a lot to do.
It has a lot to do it.
Because
yeah.
if you go to California, there's pretty much only 2 gangs that are predominant, which is the north side and the south side.
Oh yeah, in Chicago.
Yeah, so it's like.
Yeah, it is hard.
And then in California, you got the blood and Crip, but right here in Chicago, you got everything blended.
I mean, because we're from Pilsen, and there's a lot of types of gangs. If I was to go like to Back in the Yard or Cicero, and they see this tat, they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna assume right away, oh, he's that.
Yeah.
Let's check him. You know what I'm saying? So it is hard to get that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So if someone from Chicago, let's say someone's from Back of the Yard, and they hear, oh, I know this rapper from Pilsen, you automatically have hate without them even listening to your music.
Yep.
So that's what I think.
Except for the people I know on that side. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always gonna be balance and shit. Someone's gonna hate you, someone's gonna love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it hard. I just dropped a CD entitled No Profit 2. It's actually an album. I dropped No Profit first. First of all, I dropped No Profit like when I was 5 years ago, in 2012. That was No Profit, the first one. You can find it actually, I think, on DWEST. DWEST.com. You just type in Emerg, No Profit. That's like real old. But I just released this one called No Profit 2. You see the transition on it, on my style and the growth in my music. So that's that. Shout out to J-Tech for the cover art. All these guys and all these artists and I featured on the tape. If you follow me on social media, you'll be able to get your hands on these. I'll talk to you or whatever. But as of now, I'm gonna start working on my EP. Start working on singles. I got more videos on the way. Shout out to J-Tech. Last year, 2016, I dropped State of Emergency. The link's gonna be below. It's at SoundCloud. You can listen to it right then. You can also hear Rich Dads and Chile's mixtapes there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rich Dad. Shout out to Chile. And the main one I'm always on is Facebook. It's Emerg Vasquez. That's EMERG VASQUEZ. My Instagram is at Emerg EMERG_HOD. And then my Snapchat is Emerg1, the number 1, literally all together. And then our SoundCloud is where we upload all our music along with my team, Hustle or Die. It's at soundcloud.com/Hustle or Die all together. That's HUSTLEORDIE.
They say the grass is green on the other side. Look, I don't think it's ever green. You can have a Benz or be my as a ride. Man, do that mean you have everything? You could be the poorest, feeling like you was the richest. You could go to church, but do that mean that you religious? You can study, be a doctor, end up in a prison. You can have the baddest bitch, but she ain't never washing dishes. I guess what I'm trying to say, life is what you make of it. My grade's been fucked, so that's the reason I won't make this shit. Truth be told, this the reason I'm trying to make a hit. Mommy, here's the keys to your crib, already paid for it.